Hey YouTube, what's up? So today I want to start out my series of videos here. This is the first video in the series called Fish Myths, and basically I will be talking about very common myths in the hobby that a lot of newcomers fall victim to believing. And yeah, so today I wanted to talk about damsels. And you know, this is a very common thing. I thought it was a good way to start out this whole series. You know, a lot of people when they get into the hobby, I was actually one of them. I've actually never owned a damselfish of any kind, but I know that when I started out, I was planning on adding damsels as the first fish to my tank. Hearing that they're so hardy and you know, they're very colorful, you know, so they're very, you know, eye-catching fish. They're very, very cheap, only usually $5 to $10 at the most for most damselfish species. So you know, to me, they're very appealing. And this is how it is for a lot of beginners in the hobby. Yeah, so people tell you, oh yeah, you know, certain unreliable resources, books, online people, online retailers especially, will tell you, yeah, damselfish are great to start your tank out with. Like I said, they're very colorful, hardy, very cheap, you know, and they're a great way to start out your tank. You know, unfortunately, there is a lot of, that's definitely not true. Just consider the fact that most damselfish species are highly aggressive and territorial fish. So adding them first to an aquarium, adding one or a group of damsels first to an aquarium, and then adding more fish afterwards is just not a good idea. These damsels are going to most likely terrorize those fish to the point that sometimes the fish will stress out and die, or they'll quit eating. You know, so a lot of negative things can come from this sort of you know, situation. You know, there's definitely some more peaceful damsels, and there's definitely some more aggressive damsels. Some aggressive damsels will be the 4 stripes, the 3 stripes, the domino damsels, the black velvet damsels. Those are some more aggressive ones. The more peaceful ones would be like azure damsels, yellowtail damsels, Fiji blue devil damsels. So there are definitely there's some more peaceful ones, but I still would never recommend you adding them first to a tank, especially a smaller one, a smaller tank size. Because like I said, they'll terrorize new fish most likely, unless they're, you know, much larger and more aggressive. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's just not. And one thing also is cycling a tank with fish is just plain cruel. I mean, it's plain and simple. You know, adding a fish to a tank that's not properly cycled, no matter how hardy the fish is plain cruelty. So I would definitely not ever recommend that to for anyone to do, both for you and the fish. It's just not going to end up well for either of you. Yeah, so just be careful. Basically, I'd say some good good starting fish for a beginning. You know, for a first tank, saltwater tank, would be clowns, tank bred oscillars or percula clowns would be great. They're very hardy, so they should work fine. Blue-green chromis are also very hardy, and you know, they eat well usually, and you know, so they're pretty cool as well. But damsels, I mean, there's definitely some pretty damsels. You know, so if you like the damsels, just I would say add your other fish, unless it's like a very aggressive tank. Add your other fish, and then last add that damsel or add that group of damsels. It'll most likely work out much better that way. You'll have a lot less stress in the tank. Everyone will be able to get along a lot better in your system. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like the video if you like it. Please leave a comment if you have anything to say at all. Any questions about your damsels? Any stories of you know, horror stories about having a damsel in your tank terrorize all the other fish? You know, just anything at all. Video requests. I don't know if I said that already. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't. If you have, I really do appreciate it. And yeah, comment, rate, and subscribe. Thanks, guys. Bye.